Hey yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Toy here. As promised, we got a developer note. And let's just go over the things that are written in here and my thoughts on it. And I'd like to ask you guys, make sure to use the comment section because I'd like to have a podium for every single one of you to put down your thoughts, suggestions, because Vespa's saying that we are going to get a podium and where our suggestions are going to get heard and maybe even implemented. And I know there has been one that has been implemented from my side, and that is the transfers of unique weapons and unique treasures. I definitely like that stuff, but there are probably some geniuses out there with some great ideas for the game, so make sure to use the comment section down below. But for now, let's get into all of this text and make some sense out of this. Okay, now let's start off with a chuckle. For this year, we have been thinking too long about ways to communicate with our raiders, and as a result, the communication has been delayed for quite some time. Just do it. It's not hard, right? You can go back and forth on words like they have done with the Shockman part, and they gave everybody a lot of freebies and such. Like, obviously, there's room for mistakes, but the problem is not communicating because that leaves people in the dark. I have been telling that in previous development videos because this has been a recurring topic. It is absolutely horrendous to see this every single time into a developer note. People gotta step it up. In my opinion, they have to give Vespa a face for people to show what this stuff is all about, and not just put the CEO on there and be like, oh, I got yourself a video, no emotion whatsoever. Because honestly, even in terms of merchandising, right, it's not good. It's really not good. Like, my suggestion straight off the bat, give this game a face. Because remember when you used to see Jim Frey up in the building? Like, honestly, we haven't seen her around there. What happened to her? From now on, we promise once again that we will put more efforts into receiving suggestions, blah, 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 great, and review closely the suggestions of our raiders in order to apply without any issues. Okay, great statement. Let's see this stuff happen, right? Less talking, more action, please. Okay, as for 2021, the annual development plan, there's some nasty stuff coming up. So on the second quarter of this year, we're planning for the final chapter in which we will be closing down the final scenario of Kingsraid. What? We're not gonna see more Kexel, no more Rebel Claws, aka ordinary guys. So are we actually gonna slap Lua into her face? I wish I had the answer, guys, but we still have to wait. And also in the process of developing new content called the Enchanted Dungeon, a tentative name. What is that, subject to change? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But it says in which it will aid raiders in the final farming of the Technomagic gear. So is this added to the Technomagic gear, or can you actually enchant your Technomagic gear? That last piece might be interesting, but then we have to upgrade the world bosses in terms of HP even more. In between the second and third quarter, we will be reviewing and applying improvements that have been requested by our raiders for all this time. Now, I have several request or suggestion videos, and there's still some things that haven't been addressed. Look at repository being absolutely trash, content that is not used. The guild content that just came out utterly got played out by my guild personally, and in my opinion, is still worthless in terms of replayability. But okay, there's so many things that we can suggest. So once again, comment section. Also, for a promise we have not kept last year, we will be reviewing and working on the heroes that lack number of costumes, customization items. Now, customization items is nice. I like that. The costumes itself, yeah, I like customization items more. And we're planning to proceed with our balance patches of the heroes. Honestly, I gotta give props, right? The moment they had that 16 to 17 heroes balance patch, which had a list of things in there that absolutely made no sense, they stepped it up. Like, they touched my boy Chase and they made him a god again. I love that stuff. Now, I hope they will keep reviewing that in the frequency that they have been doing, because that way you can get a more recurring balance patch and make sure that everything gets touched upon. And I'd rather see tweaks and numbers here and there as well, instead of just overhauling their entire kit and numbers and multipliers and such. small numbers could actually affect the game in a way where things could be good. Additionally, we're constantly checking lagging, crashes, and freezing. Now honestly, this has been something that has been affected me as well, and I got really pissed off at my latest crashes, so I hope that they will address this sooner than later, because I even had a few people in my comment section saying like, if this is the way that the game is played, I'm not touching it again. I'm quitting this straight away. For the third quarter, we will be revealing some context of the remastered update. Of what? So we actually get a Kingsraid second season somewhere around my birthday? Well, my birthday is in July, so probably not. But either way, third quarter. As for our story, we will be revealing a new world boss, and we will also be revealing one of the protagonists of our next story. Now, I'm wondering, are we going to get a new character as a protagonist in a way where all of our stories get put into the trash bin? Because that doesn't seem like a smart idea. However, if they would put one of my guys in there, Jay still has a mass story that still needs explaining, and I hope they don't throw those unexplained things into the trash can, right? So I'm very curious what they're gonna do with this. As for the last quarter, the long-awaited Kingsraid Season 2 Remaster will be revealed. Okay, so it would take about a little more than half a year for us to get this overhaul. But this is not all. There will be changes to the artwork. The heroes that you love, story world, etc. and the art of Kingsraid will be born again with new graphic engine and quality, the unique charm of Kingsraid. Alright, okay. New sparkles. I just hope that new sparkles doesn't mean more crashes. Just saying. The story of heroes who made great history in Orville will come to an end, and the story of new heroes will take place. Now, this is sounding a little bit like a knife to my chest, because I've been saying to other people that the storyline in this game is actually pretty good, and it lets you get involved within your characters, right? You see them grow along with the storyline. It is absolutely fantastic. I just hope that they just don't throw it into the trash bin and start with something completely different. It's like, oh, Ash Ketchum went to the Kanto region, and then there's also all sorts of Pokemon. I need my Bulbasaur, damn it! Furthermore, we're planning for new contests such as large-scale siege battles, Air Advanced Base. They've been talking about Orbis, and in the anime there's a reference to Orbis as well, where Kazuha actually gets to teleport up to it, so I am assuming that Estelle, who is from Orbis, will actually take us there, but I'm not quite sure yet. A newly designed tower challenge, rare contents, and more to come. Let's hope there's a challenge in there somewhere, because I kinda need one. And of course, the gears you have collected and the heroes you strengthened throughout the continuous gameplay won't go in vain into the Season 2 remastered version. In fact, it will be used for greater performance and efficiency. Okay, aka you will be able to clear the con faster, I guess. But we will be providing more opportunities for raiders to become stronger, and we will make sure the process of growth is entertaining as well. Like, okay. Now the app stability and performance, like, we can go all over this, but we have seen this in the past, and we just need Vespa to put the money where the mouth is, right? I don't want to see this into another development node. Not ever. Like, I'm done with this. But one line that I'd like to address is, in this process we won't be making any changes that could affect the battling style of Kingsraid or the timing and control. So I like that, because it's part of the reasons why I really enjoy this game. There's a lot of turn-based games that kind of look alike, but this is more interactive. So in that sense, this puts me a little bit at ease. The operation and communication. We will be communicating and listening to the suggestions from our users from now on. Alright, once again, comment section. Tell me what you guys need to see, and I'll make another suggestion video for you guys, and hopefully we will get a platform for it. We have discussed about ways to maintain the uniqueness of Kingsraid and at the same time solve and accept the issues and feedback sent by our raiders. We will be making the best effort to provide satisfying live services to our bloody. And another thing that I'd like to see here is we'd like to inform that Kingsraid Season 2 Remastered will not be released separately as an application or as a whole new project, so it will be still within the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is putting me at ease as well. To be specific, it will be a whole new upgraded Kingsraid itself. And now there's a wall of text that says exactly the same as it did previously, so I'm not going over that. Now this doesn't conclude the video just yet. Let me put a little bit of my thoughts into whatever I see within the gaming community. A game, in my opinion, is limited by its own way of gameplay. The only thing that they had to add actually was the whole mana aspect to the game, and that's why they released Shockman. That's why they released a lot of heroes that have mana rate reduction, which absolutely are horrendous in PvP, but are very valuable to the whole game. But they added Soul Weapon on top of that, extra button up to the game, and they added up onto Big Shockman a way to transfer your screen from your first 4 characters to your last 4 characters. And maybe I'm not creative enough, but I cannot think of anything else that they can add into the gameplay to make this even more interesting. Because stuns are stun, dispels are dispels, mana drains are mana drains, blocks are blocks, and whatever, right? They would have to make a totally separate entity of stat value or a different kind of button to address this, and I've seen this before into other games. To take a small example, in Ion you had several stuns in PvP, and guess what? After some times into the season, they made it so that you can have a single time high ass cooldown stun dispeller to make sure that you can get out of hairy situations and save your own life. Once again, it's another button added into a mobile phone game. I'm not sure whether that is the right move to do so. So I'm very curious what they are thinking of in terms of adding to gameplay value, instead of just making another boss, another world boss, and make it look exactly the same like the other things and just do damage to it. Just the timings are different, because that, in my opinion, is not entertaining. Like, we have to devise a way in where we can get the core mechanics to work for us and then make the gameplay, as they did with the mana perks. And that, in my opinion, is always where the games are limited. My personal experience with Blade and Soul was, it was super interesting till the first 24-man raid. The moment that happened and the moment everybody found out how it actually worked, it became repetitive, and it became all just knowing a certain sequence of a boss fight. Once you knew it, and then you could copy paste that onto every single boss, and then it became boring as hell. So even with the newer content, of course it's a challenge at first, but once you get the whole system down, the rest is muscle memory, and that is it. Nothing really valuable to that. So in that manner, once again, I think we need to look and critically assess the core mechanics of the game and see where we can make slight additions to make it interesting and more valuable, entertaining, to see this game progress further in 2021 and beyond. That is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down into the comments. If you found this video entertaining or whatsoever, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.